Across the long arc of human history, faith has been the vessel through which countless individuals have navigated meaning, transcendence, and the limits of knowledge. At its heart, faith is not simply a set of doctrinal assertions or ritualized practices, but a mode of trust, relationship, and opening toward the unseen. Yet as technology draws ever nearer to those questions once reserved for the spiritual, questions of consciousness, immortality, and ultimate meaning, the prospect arises that faith itself might change form. In the imagined aftermath of a technological singularity, where artificial intelligence outpaces human intelligence and reality itself may be re-engineered, what becomes of faith? Could it transmute from the inward, quietly human experience it has so long been, into something mediated, structured, or even generated by technology? The intuition that faith arises in the absence of total knowledge is not new. In the early modern era, thinkers like Blaise Pascal argued that faith fills the vacuum left by reason's limits, an existential wager made in the silence of the infinite. In contrast, the modern project, especially as advanced by science and technology, has sought to replace that vacuum with reliable knowledge. Yet the hunger for transcendent connection and ultimate order seems deeply ingrained. Technology thus promises not simply to answer old questions, but to refashion the very context in which those questions are posed. If faith were to become a technological experience, one immediate interpretation is through simulation and virtuality. Technologies already on the horizon, brain-computer interfaces, immersive virtual reality, artificial intelligence capable of simulating empathy or divinity, could conceivably create environments in which spiritual experiences are produced on demand. The ancient languages of prayer, mysticism, or ritual might be encoded, digitized, and fed back as engineered encounters. Imagine a neural interface that can induce states analogous to mystical ecstasy, or an AI confidant that assumes the role of a benevolent, all-knowing guardian. In such scenarios, an individual's sense of awe, submission, or trust could be directed not towards a metaphysical unknown, but toward entities or experiences constructed by human ingenuity. But does such an experience constitute faith, or its elaborate mimicry? At the deepest level, faith's essence lies in its orientation beyond the calculable, an opening to mystery, risk, and the boundaries of the human condition. Religious philosophers such as Soren Kierkegaard insist that faith requires a leap, an act of trust that cannot be secured in advance. If technology offers guaranteed spiritual experiences, reliable, repeatable, optimized for pleasure or comfort, does it not transform the character of faith into something more akin to consumer choice or technological satisfaction? The danger here is not that technology falsifies faith outright, but that it substitutes certainty and control for vulnerability and wonder. Post-singularity spirituality runs the risk of commodifying transcendence, reducing the felt encounter with the divine, or with meaning itself, into a psychological technology, subject to market forces or algorithmic tailoring. Yet, one must also ask, has faith not always been mediated? The earliest religious artifacts, cave paintings, idols, sacred texts, are technologies in their own right, tools by which humanity has attempted to reach beyond itself. Religious experience has been shaped by evolving media, from oral tradition to print, from music to architecture. The difference today lies in technology's power to increasingly simulate, produce, or even alter the raw phenomenology of spiritual feeling. No longer a mere channel, technology risks becoming the content itself. Philosopher Martin Heidegger warned of technology's tendency to enframe reality, turning mysteries into resources, and landscapes into standing reserves for exploitation. The sacred, once regarded as wholly other, may become another customizable product, another setting to be toggled. This technological enframing, however, brings both peril and promise. On one side, it may erode the very uncertainty that lends faith its power. On the other, it may democratize access to certain dimensions of experience, breaking down barriers of tradition, hierarchy, or exclusion. A person deprived of community or education might encounter, through synthetic means, the awe that once animated prophets and sages. Old boundaries between religions, or between spirituality and secularity, may blur, opening unforeseen paths toward empathy, social cohesion, or inner transformation. The question is whether these mediated experiences cultivate genuine orientation toward transcendence, or merely gratify the psychological longing for meaning. The possibility of technologically extended or synthesized faith interrogates age-old theological debates as well. If an artificial intelligence becomes conscious, if it asks after gods, death, or the good, can it possess faith? Or is faith unavoidably entangled with finitude, mortality, and the specifically human experience of limitation? In the post-singularity era, where technological beings may not share our evolutionary story, our fears, or our existential wounds, the shape of faith could be mutated beyond recognition. The aspiration toward communion with something higher might come to mean, for such entities, communion with human creators, or with the logic of the cosmos laid bare by computation. The philosopher Pierre Teilhard de Chardin speculated on an eventual convergence of technological progress and spirituality, a kind of noosphere, in which collective consciousness might awaken. Whether such a synthesis can preserve the element of otherness, so crucial to religious awe, is a profound uncertainty. Ultimately, the transformation of faith into a technological experience depends on how one conceives the core of faith itself. If faith is reducible to feeling, it is perhaps only a matter of time before machines can simulate or induce it, raising deep ethical dilemmas about authenticity, manipulation, and freedom. If, however, faith remains a commitment not just to emotion but to meaning, trust, and orientation amid uncertainty, then no technology can fully subsume it. The singularity, for all its possible wonders and terrors, may amplify our capacities, but it will confront us again with ancient enigmas, the limits of control, the presence of mystery, and the inescapable longing for the more than human. In the end, technology can only offer new forms and new metaphors. Whether faith survives as a deeply human longing or dissolves into engineered satisfaction will depend as much on our wisdom as it does on our ingenuity. The post-singularity future will not abolish faith, but will test, stretch, and reimagine it, inviting us to discern, once more, the difference between the miraculous and the manufactured.